Hey, what's up guys? Team Hard Life, Captain Alberto Zertuche. Alright, so in still building our library of spool and reels, I've got a Pin Fierce 2 8000 that I have a leftover spool of JB that we're going to clear out. And yeah, I got a nice little burn the other day. It's annoying too because it's right on the part that you always want to set down somewhere and you know, it's like a thumbtack. It's like, ah, yeah, it's there. So anyways, but yes, I'm going to continue on adding to the library because I know a lot of guys have asked us about using the hollow core with spinning reels and stuff like that. And yes, it can be done. You just got to remember that, you know, with all reels, the line goes out, you know, from your cast. When you're pulling it back in, it tends to twist. So every now and again, you know, it grabs the end of the line and you counter twist it, and it'll take a lot of that twist out immediately, real quick and stuff like that. And which is real good because then you still have the very abrasion resistant line that you were looking for, and you also get the max line capacity. One of the things this customer realized is he bought some of the cheaper braid from Academy and it didn't work out so well, and I was able to use that braid to show him the different things and textures to look for when buying braids, because that was the other thing too. I don't know if y'all remember the video where I found out about the Power Pro that was a fake Power Pro that they had bought from online, and you know, and compared it to the real Power Pro. You know, like I said, that line Power Pro I've actually used for a number of years, but have since then upgraded, paying more for line, but actually found out it's a lot cheaper that way. So with that, I'm actually going to do another video and kind of show y'all some things to look for when you're going to purchase braid, and or how to determine if you're being, you know, taken advantage of. And that's one of the things when buying those braids online, you'll be able to tell real quick once you get it in that it's not as promised. So that video is going to be real important to everybody. So that one's coming, but let me go and get this one spooled up. Just to give y'all another reason as to why I started getting away from Jerry Brown, and here's a prime example. Yeah, they have lost the quality control when spooling reels and stuff. They balled it all up this way, and with braid, that's the thing you don't do. You don't ball it up on your spool because it tends to slide over. Well, it looked all nice and pretty when I started, but as I started to eat into the line, it started doing this. So I'm gonna have to take it a little bit slower just to ensure that the line don't burn and it don't break off. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's just kind of getting worse over here, so I'm really having to slow down, because what ends up happening is I hit one of them loops and it jumps forward, so I don't want any slack on the reel that I'm spooling up. And yeah, so again guys, like I said, this is just a small thing, but it's actually a very big thing in our book, because when spooling reels, I ain't trying to be spooling for 15-20 minutes with it when it should only take a few minutes to spool up a reel like this. Yeah, we got loose line again up there. Look at that. Saw it clear up and then real quick, and it's because that ball of line they put on the right side. So again guys, when you're reeling in, do not put balls of line in your spool, because this will happen to you and it will not be a good thing. What'll end up happening is, like I said, ouch, I put that on my elbow again. See, look, I can move all that line over, and then it'll also go this way too. See how it's already starting to fall that way? But this one's the bigger angle, and that's why they're all gonna start falling that way. So again, when you're reeling in with braid, I'm doing it by hand, make sure that does not happen. And if you see that on your spinning reel as well, go ahead and get your leveler replaced, the deal that, you know, rocks your bell housing up and down, or your spool up and down, because it's either or. It's either your bell moves up and down, or your housing will move up and down for your spool. If you start seeing that, it lets you know something's wrong with the reel. So there you go, guys. Even with your worm guide, if you're reeling in and you see a ball up like this, anywhere in the reel, even off to the side or right side, and it's all, you know, down one angle or something like that, that's a big item to look for. So with mono, it's okay because it kind of sticks, but with braid, it's not a good thing at all. All right, guys. Well, I'm done spooling, and I end up getting 155 yards of line on the reel, which is weird because they said of 60 pounds should get 390 yards. That is weird. Oh, you know what it is? Yep, my spooling machine, I forgot about that. It was hitting the spool here. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it because I already got it where I need to be filled up. But yeah, it was melting right here. There you go. So yeah, well, I'm gonna have to do a second part of this video.
Here last night, I was like,
Yeah. You gotta do it like this so that way I don't have to keep undoing the twist every so often. That's the other thing. Because I was going one direction and changing the way it was coming off the spool. So I was adding twist to the line. So that's why you saw me stop a few times and start twisting your spool, but this is the best way to do it without getting it all twisted up. And you know, they've done the same to me, so they just twist in the right way. It's such a little line, man. You can barely see the twist, but it's there.
we just grew up filming.
All right, guys. So I've downloaded it, reloaded it, and I'm at 535 yards of 60 pound onto the spool, and it's rated for 390 yards. See, I think, and I really believe this, is that when they spooled it up, they actually used the reel itself to line it up. And the reason for it is because when you start gapping out and you're guided by an actual worm, you know, just like on a regular conventional reel, it's timing. You know, it's gonna go back and forth no matter what. And by doing it by hand, I'm able to slow that down going left to right because it is a thinner braid and stuff like that. But I also did cut back some so that way when it does expand a little bit on the spool, he'll be all right. But at the same time too, when he breaks off and he gets to the next batch line, it'll kind of fill in, and you know, it looks like there's more line than there is, but it's just because it's being gapped out by the actual worm of the spinning reel and stuff like that. So there you go, guys. You can't always assume that this is the best number for you there, you know. Taking it to a guy that really takes pride in his work, you'll be able to tell instantly that, hey, I got the line I need to fight a big old fish. So here we go. We got it all set up, looking nice and pretty, and get it going.